What is up, not Instagram, but YouTube? What is up, my lovelies? What is up, digital peeps? It is I, mkgtweety. Take off my sonnets here because I've been outside working and stuff. Whew. So how are you today, digital peeps? Oh, you don't know how many times I've been trying to make this video. This specific video right here. I have tried for like eons upon, it feels like eons now. And basically, I tried to make this video, and when I first started making the video, it was like, okay, I forgot that my camera needed charging, so then my battery ran out, so then I charged my battery, and then when I started making the video, after my camera was charged, I used up all of the battery, so I had to recharge it, and it's just like a whole host of, then it was like, or someone would come in and they would bother me, saying, I need this, I need that, kind of thing. It's just all over the place. So, we're gonna do this, and hopefully this will be it. So I am mkgtweety, Soft Digital Peeps, and I made a video before this one, and it kind of explains, I'm giving you like a little update as to what's been happening since that video I made. In that video I talked about what was going on with my mom, and how I got diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. So you need to watch that video first before you watch this video to kind of know what's going on. Okay, so do that first. I'll link it in the description box below. You can check that out, show it some love. My dad left the BOOBS, and I kind of explain all that in a video that I made on Instagram. I'll put that link in the description box below, so if you want to check it out, show it some love. My second channel, if you will, my vlog channel, by the way, it's on Instagram. So I make a video like every week, or something urgent's happening, I make videos over there. This here on YouTube is kind of more my main channel kind of a thing. So if you want to follow me, I have a Pinterest, Tumblr, Wattpad, Instagram, Twitter, all under the moniker mkgtweety. Those are linked in the description box below. If you want to check them out, show them some love, follow me. I'm very nice and friendly. And then here on YouTube, it is at mkgtweety, mkgtweety, one word, small letters, space tweety, as in Tweety Bird. You can hit the subscribe button, or if you really like it, you can hit the thumbs up button. I used to have a channel just called mkgtweety, but I done something stupid to where I lost that channel. There's a video about it I have linked in the description below if you want to know what's going on or what happened and all that kind of stuff. So you can check those out, show them some love. Like I said, if you want to follow me for more up-to-date stuff videos, it's Instagram, which is at mkgtweety. You can follow me there. I just posted my newest video for the week. I posted that on I made the video on the 12th of June, which was Wednesday. And then I posted it Friday on the 14th. And then I posted my Flashback Friday photo to me when I was 5 years old. I think it was picture day. So that was me when I was in kindergarten. And then I posted my Father's Day post, because today is Father's Day 2024. And I posted a pic of my dad. We were on stage somewhere with the Vogues at the time. And we were on a smaller stage, and he just wanted to bring, he pared down a little bit, so he had a small kit with him. He didn't go full out because we weren't on a big stage. So I just posted a video of that, so you can go check that out right now on Instagram. So why are we making this video? Well, we're going to pick up where we last left off in the last video, which was I talked about my mother got multiple myeloma, which is a treatable form of bone marrow cancer, and I got diagnosed as type 2 diabetic. And like I said, you need to watch that video to kind of understand what's going on here, because I'll give you an update on myself, my mom, and my dad, what's going on with everything. So watch that video first, and you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about a little bit. I had made a video on Instagram where I said that I was the type of person who was fat and happy. never really thinking what was going on, never thinking what I was doing was hurting myself internally, health-wise, because you don't think about those things. You know, you have the pop, and you have, you know, I had this filled with iced tea mix in it, thinking, you know, or just fill that up with just iced tea in general, or lemonade, or pop, or whatever, never really thinking how sugary those things are. Now, I'd have water, like I'd have a pop, any kind of pop size, and I would just drink that, and then have water afterwards. So, you know, we were being healthy, all this kind of stuff. You know, you're thinking, you know, you're doing some things healthy and some things right and everything, but never really thinking that almost everything you're doing is causing you to be angry inside your body. Now, I would have my dad every once in a while go, you know, maybe you should lose weight, you wouldn't have, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, well, you don't say that to your kid because it kind of hurt inside. And I was like fat and happy, and I'm like, so what? I'm fat and happy, don't talk about it. Don't talk about weight. We don't need to talk about it. It's none of your business, none of your concern. It just, I was fat and I was happy, that was it. I was done. You know, it is what it is, kind of a thing. And then I have two aunties. My mom's middle sister, my Aunt Janet, my mom's baby sister, who's not only my mom's baby sister, but also, I should say, not only my auntie, but also my godmother. And they would every so often go, why is she fat? She needs to lose weight, and this and that. I said, you don't say that to your niece, do you? And it would hurt. You don't know how these things affect you and hurt you, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, I'm fat, get over it. You know, you don't need to be, the only two people who should be judging you was God and Jesus. You know, they're the ones you should answer to, not anybody else. Sorry, we're outside, so you're going to be hearing cars whizzing by. There's going to be a breeze going. There's going to be birds chirping, people screaming, the neighbors, because I guess they must be having a pool or something, and everybody's having fun, wind chimes. So please excuse all of it while I sit here and make this video. And it took a doctor and a blood test to tell me, well, you have type 2 diabetes. Now, it had been 3 or 4 years when I went in February since I had seen the doctor. Because my mom's like, well, you're 40, you need to go see the doctor. I also have my mammogram, by the way, which we'll talk about in a second. So, my very first mammogram, mind you. And so when I went to the doctors that first time, the doctor's like, well, you know, you had a big birthday last year. You know what that means? I said, yeah, and I got to get the boobs squished and squashed. Which we did. So we'll talk about that, like I said, in a second. And she's going, well, you know, my BP was high, slightly elevated, as I should say. You know, when you're 100 and something over 90, that's slightly elevated. And so that's why she put me on the 25 milligrams of BP pill. Blood pressure is what I'm talking about. So when I say BP, that's what I mean. And then when you have a 12.6 A1C, oh my God, that's high. And let me tell you this, when I got diagnosed towards the end of February, beginning of March, it really rocked my world. Like, you cannot believe. It really just, it took a blood test, like I said, and the doctor would wake my ass up. So, and I'm in the doctor's office as she's showing me how to prickle my fingers, because I have to prick my fingers every morning. And I get a number and I write that down on a calendar for her. And when you know, and that's why I was placed on 500 milligrams of metformin. And so when I went up, that's twice a day, that's why I poured breakfast right before dinner. And so because of it, you know, you really have to think about the choices you made. We've cut out pop completely. We switched to bubbly lime, which is like Sprite without sweetener in it, which I thoroughly enjoy. I got the lime and the regular because that's all I'll have. I don't want to have it. I don't like any of the other flavors. I prefer just lime because, like I said, it tastes like Sprite without sweetener in it. I've had diet iced tea before, you know, on and off and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I switched is I don't like the taste of Diet Pop. I can't stand the taste of Diet Pop, so that's why I switched over to bubbly stuff. And then we switched over to diet iced tea completely. So I could have a glass for dinner and I would be fine because it's not going to raise no sugars and all that kind of stuff. I have oatmeal every single morning with a pinch of brown sugar and a pinch of sugar substitute because I like it made with, I like it a little more on the sweet side in the mornings. It's enough to get the sensation of sweet on my tongue, not enough to like make me overly sweet, but just enough to kind of tickle the taste buds of saying sweet. And we like it made with milk because I don't like it made with water. I feel like it tastes like wallpaper paste. So milk adds more flavor to it. Because I have slightly elevated cholesterol, we're thinking it's more genetics because on my mom's side of the family, her father, my pappy, he passed away of a massive, massive heart attack. Like the widowmaker when I was about six and a half. This was like about like winter, January of 1990. And, he kind of had slightly elevated cholesterol as well. And two of my mom's brothers, my mom's the oldest out of 6 kids. So this is the next oldest after my mother. My Uncle Johnny, he's the oldest out of all the boys. And my mom's baby brother, and he's not only my uncle, my Uncle Johnny, but he's also my godfather. Then my mom's baby brother and my Uncle Jason. They both have slightly elevated cholesterol. So genetics could be a factor in that. I could have type 2 diabetes because of my dad's side of the family. His mother, my grandmother, and her mother, my great-grandmother, as my dad knew her as Baba. I never knew who she was. I've heard stories about her growing up. She died before I even was born. So, anyway. She also, those two had gotten type 2 in their later lives when they were like 70s and stuff. So, it could be genetics why I have it. And I was like, thanks, Dad, a lot for the gene. Thanks a lot for the genes, Dad. So, that's why we're thinking I have it. But I've been starting to take very good care of myself. I'll have, instead of white rice, I'll have brown rice. Or I'll use cauliflower rice. We talked about the drinks, how we swapped out. And I've always had an affinity for water. I've always liked the taste of water. So I'm always drinking that, or iced tea now, or diet iced tea now. Or I'll have a bubbly. I can have the V8. I'll mostly have it in the morning for breakfast. I can have my chocolate milk, can have my Nesquik. It's just, I'll mostly have it for the morning. I'll have it after dinner as a little treat for myself. After dinner. We watch the carbs now. We've been, we read our labels now. I can have pasta with meat sauce. I just have to watch how much I eat. So if I have just a bowl and maybe like a salad and a piece of garlic toast on the side, that's fine. That's dinner. That's great. I'm going to feel satiated. All that kind of stuff. We've started exercising. We'll get to that in a second. And so that was where I was at the 3-month checkup line. I went from a 12.6 A1C to an 8.3 A1C on my 500 milligrams of metformin. And that's great. That's wonderful. But if you watched all the Wegovy and the Ozempic commercials and all this, you really like you to be under 7. So, and my BP was still slightly elevated. I went from 100 and something over 90 to 100 and something over 89. So she's upped my BP pill from 25 milligrams from when I was taking 50 milligrams. It's the same pill, but it's just at a higher dosage. So we're at 50 milligrams on a BP pill, and that's taken once a day every morning. And because my A1C is still not being where it needs to be, like I said, it's down at 8.3. It needs to be under 7. She upped me from 500 milligrams of metformin to 1,000 milligrams of metformin. That's taken twice a day. That's right before breakfast and right before dinner. And, I lost some weight. I'm looking a little more sculpture these days. People who know me and my family who have come over to visit with my mom and stuff like that for how she's doing and everything, they say, wow, you actually lost weight. Wow, good for you. So I know I was 200 at almost 50 pounds at one point. Almost. So like I said, I was almost at 300. And, I'm like 5 foot, 5'1", all this kind of stuff. I'm like 5 foot. I'm like, my grandmother was short. People on my dad's side are a little short. So, could be genetics while I'm short. I know all the boys on my mom's side of the family, including their children. My mom's nephews, they're all pretty tall. So, my cousins, yeah. So, it could be genetics why I'm short. Because I know my dad's mother, my grandmother, was short. Me and her are practically basically the same height, something like that. So, it could be genetics. So, we started exercising with this stuff. And I'll show you in a second. I got weights. We got 5 pounds. And we started, I'll show you my gloves here. And the reason why we got gloves is because so we can grip the weight. And I've done some Richardson stuff. You know, my mom used to have Delamere and all that kind of stuff. So we have sweat and do the oldies 2 and 3. I had Day Your Pants Off, which is like you did to the 80s stuff. I have Tone It Up Time, Tone It Down Time. I had it on VHS. I found a lot of that stuff now on YouTube. So I'm like really, what actually got me into fitness walking was he had a tape called, it was called Take a Walk. And it was 30 minutes and you walked basically like a mile around your neighborhood. And it was very interesting to me. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is great. I'm not sponsored by this. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not sponsored. I'm just telling you what's working for me and what I've been doing and all this kind of stuff. So it's just opinions, not facts, all this kind of stuff. This is Leslie Sanson. And she is the creator of in-home weight loss. Sorry, I have some sort of bug flying around. If you see it. Okay, there we go. Now he's gone. Okay. So, oh, I got like both these bugs around me. Get away. So, so if you're starting out on a fitness journey, if you don't, there we go. Hopefully they're gone now. If you're just starting out, I would recommend doing this specific one right here and just doing the 1 mile. In 15 minutes, you walked a mile, and at least you got some health benefits in it. And I had been exercising on and off for God knows how many years now, but it was just a motivation that I couldn't stick with. I would do it for so long, then I'd quit, and then I'd start up again, and then I'd quit again. Now I have a reason to do it. So I started out with the 1 mile for a while, of this one, and then this one. That's just her as your instructor, as you can see. This one will kick your ass a little more than this one. This one's a little more gentler. So if you're starting out, I would start with this one first, and then after that, there's a 2 mile. If you do both of them, it's 3 miles altogether. But she has some walkers behind with her. There's males on here, so don't feel like this is just for women. The 2 mile will kick your ass a little more brisk than the 1 mile. This one's also 1 mile, 2 mile. The 2 mile one here will kick your ass on here. Let me tell you. 2 sweaty, full brisk miles. I got these bugs just flying all over the place. But anyway, so this is what we started off with. We did the 1 mile, then we bumped ourselves up to 2 miles. To, you know, working slowly the endurance and all this kind of stuff. Then I've gotten these 2. And I've had these for quite a while as well. This one features HIIT, high interval intense training. There are songs that are like Get Ready, cause here I come, or Think About a Knock, 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 and stuff like that. This one's okay. This one happens to be my favorite out of everything I have. You can go 1 mile and be done with it. You can just do just the 2 miles and be done with it, or you can do the whole thing for 3 sweaty miles, and there you go. This has been my favorite so far. I like it. I find it's 45 minutes and you've gone 3 sweaty miles. I just got these a couple weeks ago. If you've been watching my Instagram, you would know. If you want to follow me, like I said on Instagram, to know it's at mkgtweety. Ooh, I guess this got all wet. From sitting over there. Okay, well, we'll take this out. Ooh, sorry about that, digital piece. Must be must be wet over there. Sorry about that, but this is Tone Every Zone. That's why we got the weights in the first place. It's 20 minutes upper body with a walk, 20 minutes lower body with a walk, and it's a 20-minute fast walk. So if you just want to get some cardio in, or if you don't have time that day, but you just want to hurry up and exercise, this would be it. Um, and as you can see, she has walkers behind her. There's some males, so don't feel like it's just for women. It is also for males too. This one is better than this one. This high interval training thing, this hit's better than this one. I will say that. Like Let's Get Louds on here by J-Lo, all that kind of stuff. My favorite, and I've done them and they're okay. The one that I like the best is this one out of everything. I remember I found a website that has all these different, like, oh, you've uploaded, take a walk and take a hike. Like, I used to, like, listen and all this kind of stuff. And I did take a walk the other day. I had my earbuds in with my new PC. That's what I got for Christmas. Because class is good to me. And I had my wireless earbuds in and I walked around and was doing all the things in there. And I'm like, oh, I remember doing this. Because what I'd do is I'd walk one way for one song and then the other song I'd walk the other way. So it really gave you kind of, you know, you're working your muscles, you're doing different things. It's pretty badass. I won't do any of his workout stuff. I've been watching some of the ones that I haven't seen on YouTube. I didn't like the blast and tone too much. I like the tone and sweat a little better than that one. But the tone and sweat's okay. I like the tone and up time, tone and down time. Because you do, you know, you like tone and up time is you tone your upper body. Tone and down time is you tone the lower part of your body. I like those a little better than, say, some of the other tone things that he have. But we're finding out what works for us and all this kind of stuff. So I'm not ashamed to say I use Richard Simmons somewhat. He actually had Walk Across America that I found on YouTube. And I'm like, I must do this. 30 minutes of walking, I must do this. So I'm probably going to do it this week. Who knows? And you know, we are getting fit. We are getting healthy. We are getting what we need to be. And what we need to be doing to stay healthy. I know my blood sugar yesterday was 99. Yay. She wants it like at 100 or below in the mornings. I actually today was 106. So that's pretty good. My meter goes, red means you're in a high area. Like anything above 180 would be considered red. And then there's the green zone, which is, say, 80 to 100 and something. 179 or something like that. I've been 124 in the mornings. I've been 135 in the morning sometimes. And we're watching getting their sugars lowered and all this kind of stuff. And then there's the yellow zone, which means you're getting dangerously low and all this kind of stuff. And so that's, you know, I have to prick my fingers every morning, and then I go downstairs, take my BP pill, go make my breakfast, take my pill, eat my breakfast, and then get ready to start my day. I exercise Monday through Friday. I don't do the weekends because I like to rest my body and all this kind of stuff. So what I do is I'll walk maybe 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I do it on my back porch. Here, there's a section on my porch where nobody can't bother me, and nobody does, you know, so I do my thing. And you walk in place, and you do things. So you might, if you can march in place, if you can do side steps, kicks, and knee lifts, you can do Leslie Sandstone's walking home. She has many different ones. I know she has ones that go 4 or 5 miles. I don't particularly like to go no more than 3 miles. I find that really 3 miles is just perfect for me. So it works for me, and there you go. So there's a little update on me. And we have lost weight, by the way. I know when I was at the doctor's, I weighed 211. I know the first time when I went, she says, oh, you lost 15 pounds since I last saw you, when I saw her in February. And I'm thinking, well, that's probably for me going up and down the stairs to help take care of my mom. But we lost, I probably lost another, 5 pounds since when I went for my 3-month checkup, because I'm at 211 now. And so, I think I lost 3 more pounds since then. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah. Sorry, there's probably people playing in their pools and all that. People, you know, having a good time or whatever. So there's all about me. And what we've done to, you know, I've been finding workouts online that have to tone. So we're using the weights, and, you know, I don't want to look that buff. I don't want to look Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terry Crews, or LL Cool J buff, but, you know, we want to look nice and toned and all this kind of stuff. So now we're going to get on to my mom, because my mom, as you know, if you watched the video before this one, you would know. My mom got diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Now, before that stage, it's called multiple myeloma, or it's called smoldering myeloma, excuse me. And 6% of people that get it stay smoldering, doesn't do anything in the body. My mother had it for 10, 15 years before it did anything. And my mother, before it moved into what we call the treatable phase, she was going for weight loss surgery for her knees. So her knees are like this. Hers are like this, and you're wondering how she's still walking, talking, and standing. Excuse me. And so because of that, she was going to go for weight loss surgery. She had already lost like 75 pounds at that point. And the doctor's like, I approve you for weight loss surgery. She hasn't lost any more. She also has thyroid issues as well. Her thyroid issues are under control. That could be the reason why she's not putting off any more weight. My mom eats very little. And because of that, you know, people that have thyroid issues, very easy to put on weight, very hard to take it off. And so, but her thyroid issues are under control. You have to go for all these tests before you get weight loss surgery. And she was going to have the procedure where they cut out part of your tummy and not reroute it to the bowel, because if you have it rerouted to the bowel, it's more complications than having your stomach cut out, which is less complications. And my mother, you have to go for all these tests. And one of the tests is you have to have an endoscopy, which is they look at your stomach. And this was her second one, because the first one they found she had, because of a one pain pill, gave her 2-millimeter ulcers in her stomach. And so they were going to give her 3 months. They gave her all these pills for her stomach to heal and all this kind of stuff. And so this was back in August when she went to go have it redone again. And before, she had to have a blood test before that procedure, and that was when they found out she moved into the treatable phase of smoldering myeloma. Because if you saw the thumbnail of the last video, you saw a burgundy ribbon, and that stands for bone marrow cancer, multiple myeloma. And I found a website that allows you, that shows you, basically, you know how we think of the pink ribbon for breast cancer. Well, this shows you all the different ribbons for cancer. And this was, like I said, this was like back in, like, when she got diagnosed, this was like middle of August, end of August of last year. And she started treatment beginning of September of last year. And like I said, you have to watch the video before this one. I'll explain everything, the history of everything with my mom and everything. So, right now, as of making that last video, my mom's on a 3-month break from chemo. They want her body to heal. She was placed on a chemo pill that made her break out, so they stopped that and they gave her 2 shots. She has a bald spot. She's always had this spot, I guess, from her thyroid issues, because that causes thinning of the hair. I need to know how much I have. Oh, I gotta stop. Bye!